What it is, you guys, it is your girl Cadillac. Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the Draw My Life prison wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping to see justice before all face to blink. Yes, it's your girl Cadillac. Anyways, I'm coming through. Today is March the 13th, 2024. I just came to finish up that story time. Why is it so dark in here? It is broad daylight and it is so dark in this car. Okay, so where I left off with the story about the Queen Latifah concert. So part one and the intro into part one, I'll link in the description box. But let's just jump right back into it. So we got to the field at Universal. It's like right in front of the rocket roller coaster. We um we got right there. That's where they have the field for the concert. There's a stage. So we get out there and we find out we didn't know where we wanted to sit. At first, my sister Kristen wanted to be in the middle. And I'm like, maybe that's not so good because, she is epileptic. And I'm like, what if I need to make an exit to get her out the crowd? So we sat over to the left of the stage. We weren't quite in first row. We were maybe 3 rows back. And so I settled her in. We were able to rent the wheelchair so that she could sit down because I knew she probably wouldn't be able to like stand that long, right? Um, so I took a little seat on the ground. There's like this not play grass, fake grass area, and it's like little boxes of grass, and then there's little sidewalks that cut through the little field area. So I was sitting on by the gate, leaning against the gate, sitting on the concrete, because the grass was wet. The play grass, fake grass was wet. So I sat there. I pulled out my sign. I had already y'all painted with me the Queen Latifah sign. So I did some painting chats with me and y'all seen all of that. But y'all know I was running late, so I did not get to actually draw in the features like the eyes, actually drawing the eyes, draw the outline around the nose, the mouth, and the whole head, right? And then put on my little project Reach the World. I put on there, we love you, Queen Latifah. And then I also put my little TikTok where you can find me. It is so crazy that when I first started Project Reach the World, it was MySpace that I would write on there. That tells you how long it has freaking been that I have been trying to break my husband's wrongful conviction by way of giving my art to anybody that came close to Orlando because I wanted to break his story. But this is like almost an impossible story to break. I never take all hope out of a situation, but doesn't look like I'm gonna break his story at this rate, because it's been that long. But it's just crazy to see that in 2006 ish when I started, I was writing my MySpace on there. Now I'm writing a TikTok on there, where you can find me. So as I'm doing that, I already knew I really didn't want to finish it out there on the field because I know that it brings in an audience. Now, for me, I sometimes don't like a lot of attention around as I'm trying to draw because it gives you this the audience feeling, and when you feel like someone's watching you, sometimes it makes you mess up. It's like your concentration can't go completely on what you're doing because people are kind of peeking over, looking at what you're doing, right? And then also by me sitting on that ground, y'all know I got sciatica. So my legs were going to bed. I cannot sit down that long on the ground. So I'm trying to keep wiggling my legs to make sure blood keeps flowing. But I couldn't really stand up and finish the picture. So I finally did finish it. I think that may have taken me maybe 30 so minutes out there on the field. And of course, it drew a crowd. Everybody kept coming up. Oh, can I see the picture? Can I see the picture? Which it's fine. I do like attention because it's gonna further what I'm trying to do. But sometimes it makes me nervous. I am shy, right? So everybody kept coming up. They was like, "Oh, this is so amazing." So I had the group of girls in front of me. They was like, "Oh, you know she got to see that." And it was a little older lady that was sitting like next to me on one of those it's like a walker that you could sit on. Girl, I need one of them things like for real. But she was sitting on that, and she was like, "I'll hold it up. I'll hold it up. You got to hold that up so that she could see it." And everyone was like, when she asked who do it, we gonna all point to you. So I'm like, oh, okay. So everybody is just excited and stuff like that. So we waited after that probably about 2 more hours. You know, you got to wait for the Mardi Gras parade to pass. And once you see that alligator, that big gator, you know it's over, right? So the alligator passes, and we're waiting for the show to start, right? So my sister then, as the show's about to start, in between the show starting and the concert, I mean, sorry, in between the concert starting and the parade passing, like right within that pocket of window, my sister then has another seizure. So this time she's sitting in the wheelchair. So she is actually good because she just, go into convulsions and then she'll stop. She has this little magnet thing that you swipe it across her heart, and it's supposed to almost like shock a little bit so that it can stop the seizure. So she comes out the seizure, and I'm still asking her, is she okay? Do you feel all right? Now, my sister, this, I want to do some story times about that, about being a caregiver. It's a whole lot behind that. But my sister is tricky because she has epilepsy, and it is so many things that trigger her epilepsy. So it could be the point that she's excited to see Queen Latifah because when I mentioned, no, we went to Mardi Gras a couple of weeks ago and she's seen it. I didn't even mention it to her. She's seen that Queen Latifah was coming. She was like, "Oh, I want to go." And I'm like, "You want to see Queen Latifah?" Like, it had never crossed my mind that she would want to go. And this was her first ever Mardi Gras concert. So I was kind of nervous about being out there in the field with her and stuff like that. But by her getting excited, that can send her into a seizure. So I have to keep my eye on her, but she doesn't want to leave because she wants to see the show. And then also, you got to think about the lighting, the effects that they're going to do on stage. Some of those things would trigger her. So we try to prepare as much as we can. She had on her sunglasses. Um, I kept like watch over her. Are you okay? Like, I'm telling you, anytime we go somewhere, I'm doing stuff and trying to enjoy the moment, but I'm always looking out the corner of my eye and watching to see if she's all right. So she's like, "No, I'm good. I want to see the concert." So and I mean, like, for her, when you people most times think, okay, you had a seizure, you need to go to the hospital. My sister is, they can't, so many times she have went to the hospital. They can't do anything. They can't stop her seizure. Been see she's had them since she was 3 years old. And it gets overwhelming a lot of times. I don't want to leave her out of things. She wants to get out the house. We don't want her just always sitting in the freaking house. So it's like we got to just kind of prepare that she may have a seizure but make sure that she's safe or whatever. So that's why I really needed that wheelchair to make sure that she doesn't like collapse and hit the ground and stuff. But the moment someone notices she's having a seizure, they automatically call 911. And honestly, 911 can't help. There's nothing they can do. Literally, the only time we really have her go like to the hospital is when like she hits her head or hits something. At that point, we need to make sure that she's okay. Or if the seizure is lasting way longer than a few moments, just a few moments. Because usually, once I do that thing across her chest, she comes out of it soon. She's tired, but then she comes back to herself. So right before the show starts, that's when she has a seizure. So I'm like, do you want to leave or what do you want to do? And she's like, no, I want to see the concert. So the concert starts. Like a few moments after that, Queen Latifah comes out, and we are just like, oh my gosh, like can't believe this is Queen Latifah. Now Queen Latifah had on, it was so cute. It was very inventive. She had on something that looked like the tracksuits from the 80s mixed with a dashiki, like that my grandmama and my mama and them wore on Thanksgiving and stuff like that. They would always wear their little dashikis to sleep. I don't know if that's a thing. Is that a thing? But my family would always do that. So she had it mixed. It was a dashiki slash tracksuit, which was cute, right? So she came out and she performed like I think that little first set. It may have been one or two songs, and then that's when the lady that was sitting by me in the walker, she was like, hold up the picture," and she was like, "I could see you. You're scared. I'm not scared. I'll hold it up. Like me, I'm shy." She was like, "I could tell you let me give it to me. I'll hold it up." So she holds it up high, like high in the sky. And I'm like, thank you, Lord, for sending people to help, sending those that I need. When I'm too shy to do something, you're sending somebody to, And so I was able to keep my eye on my sister, and then we enjoyed the concert and stuff like that. And she was just holding up the sign. So within that first set, that's when Queen Latifah comes in. When they stop, they pause, and they start talking to the crowd a little bit. So Queen Latifah says, "Oh, I see some beautiful artwork." So she points at my picture, and I'm like, "Yeah, she sees it. She sees it." And then she says, "And the hair is something she said about my hair." So I turned my head back and forth so that she could see the little Queen Latifah sculpture I put on there. And she was like, "Yes." It sounded like she was about to say, "I hope we can get an autograph after," but then it's like she got sidetracked and said something else. But she seen my artwork. The lady was gonna keep holding it up, but there was people behind her that was upset because she was putting the sign up, and which all they really had to do was just scooch over. Really, it wasn't so packed that you couldn't move places. But she said that the security said, "Put it down." Like he made his little ugly face, "Put it down." And she was like, he said, "Put it down." And so she said, "But at least," and I was like, "It don't matter. At least she seen it. She did see it." And then it was like another little security that came over. She said she was gonna try to get it to Queen Latifah, but she can't make no guarantees. So I guess it didn't work out that she got it, but she did at least get to see it. She seen my hair, and I felt like it went good. And my sister got to enjoy the concert, and everything was good. So what's crazy, midway through the concert, she does ladies first, and she brings out Moni Love. Everybody's going crazy. Moni Love? Oh my gosh. Okay, and so after Moni Love, she does what's that? Dang. Oh, I want to be down. When she did I want to be down soundtrack, the little I mean not soundtrack, remix. About this big, about this tall, about so short, about so small, about this thick, about this width, about this. Hey, inside leading me right to your alleyway. Oh, let's chill with some Alizé. Y'all know she had every female rapper on there, right? What was crazy, now she already was out on the stage with Moni Love, her and Moni Love. So I think they did another song together, and then Moni Love did her verse, and then she brought out Moni Love wasn't on that track. Well, maybe she did somebody else's verse. I don't know what she did, but she did something. But then she brought out MC Light. I about lost my mind. MC Light did her part. And then after that, she brought out Yo Yo. Yo Yo came out, did her verse, and then she brought out who was the last one? Moni Love, MC Light, Yo Yo, Queen Latifah. Was it a one? There's Moni Love, MC Light. Am I missing somebody? I think that was it. But I'm like, going crazy because all of the pioneers of female hip hop are on this stage. And now I'm like, dang, I wish I had found that banner. Y'all know that female rapper banner that I had made for Queen Latifah back in 2009, but the concert got canceled. Do you know they could have seen that I had like I literally would have been reaching several at one time, right? But I couldn't find it. So later I'm like, and I bet you I find it real soon when I was looking for it, and it's gonna be in the most obvious place. But I remember last time having it when I was showing you guys it. Yeah, so I don't know. But then I said, well, maybe that means God don't want me to give that to her. God want me to keep that because that's a nice little piece, and that has been with me for a long time, and it showcases a lot of my art. But yeah. So then the night was over. My contact is dry and bothering me. My sister didn't get sick anymore. I really think she was just excited, and that's what was happening, right? But we had a good time. Project Reach the World to me was successful because she seen it. I got to take y'all along with me, show y'all how I go shopping for my stuff, how I put make my stuff. I showed y'all the concept. I showed y'all everything. Like literally, this is my first time showing y'all every step of the way for Project Reach the World. So that was it. That's the story time of Project Reach the World, Miss Queen Latifah. I will talk to you guys later. I'm off. I'm glad time went back now. Now time went back that night and I lost an hour on working on that stuff. But now I'm sorry, time went forward. I keep saying going back. But I'm glad now because it's not getting dark and I can go outside and walk and free my mind. Like Tim say, free my mind. Like girl, free my mind and walk or whatever. All right, so I will talk to y'all later. Right now, y'all, later on, we are going to work on the next project, Reach the World, which is Trees Walk. We are going to, she's from TikTok. Now it's not a y'all know Project Reach the World is just anybody with a platform basically, that I make art for, and I give my story. You know, my husband being wrongfully convicted, excessively sentenced in the state of Florida, hoping one day that it breaks the story. And it also promotes my artwork and my platforms all at the same time, right? So we're gonna also do. sh- She's really big on TikTok. She's just about, really big on YouTube as well. But Trees Walk, she did 27 years in prison, a total of 27 years. She have been out for 8 years, and she is very inspirational. And when I seen her, I was like, wow, 27 years. Like, my husband, um, well, by the time, since the story is not breaking, by the time he gets out, he would have done about 36 years. Yeah, and in about what, 5 more years, he would be at the 27-year mark. And I was just looking at her. She's so joyous. She's successful. She is making it. She's positive. She loves the Lord. Like I'm saying, and she says that she wouldn't change nothing about going to prison, honestly, because it made her who she is. And just to see someone that's that happy and smiling and joyous after, spending that large chunk of time in prison, it gives me hope that there is a future after his incarceration. Because for me, sometimes it feels like, I mean, they're literally going to let him go like right before we're gone. So we really did all this in vain, but that gives me hope. All right, so that is the next person we'll be doing. We're going to be doing a t shirt, one of my hand painted t shirts for Miss Trees Walk, because she said on one of her lives, she said, "Send me y'all merch. Send me y'all t-shirts and whatever. I'll wear it. I'll show it. I'll promote it." And that was that call, that ding 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 light bulb over my head, girl. Yes, I knew right then that I need to make her a shirt. So that's what we will be doing. Maybe we'll start later today, um, when I get home. All right. Hiss, yeah, girl, Cadillac.